Indeed, I am very happy, great honor to receive this award. Great. And also, I want to express those different sort of I think people who really dedicated well-being of others, and particularly those less privileged, and people who are facing, whose life is very difficult, but these people really, I think, committed fully upliftment of their right or of their sort of life. So I really appreciate all those as organization. Then, and of course, I am one of the admirers of late Mother Teresa. I met, I think, twice, I think. In any way, I really admire her work and her spirit. And after she passed away, I had opportunity to visit Calcutta, your headquarters. There I really feel the Mother Teresa herself no longer, but her spirit very much alive. So that I very much admire. That's very important. Sometimes there is some individual who initiated some work, but then when that person no longer, then the spirit also, eventually they discontinue. Become weak. But in your case, really, I found a lot of the sort of follow Mother Teresa, still fully committed work, helping, serving to poor people. Please continue carrying her spirit. And dress, I think same sort of dress, may be important, but more important is here. Infinite love, compassion, and determination, serving helpless people. That's very, very important. So, but then, I just mentioned the one, I always refer Mother Teresa for all major religious traditions have same potential to strengthening human deeper value. That's human compassion, human love. Where there is compassion, genuine love there, the spirit of forgiveness, tolerance, self-discipline, these automatically come. So, Mother Teresa, as a Catholic nun, her sort of spirit, her sort of inner strength, is to come from your faith, Christian faith. I also have some friend, some Muslim, really dedicate for serving others. I don't like that among Christians, among Hindus, among Muslims, among Jews. I think all religious traditions have the same potential. One problem, we are not much serious about religion. I just mentioned that gentleman in human history, the last, I think, 3,000 years, religious faith, come. whether from God or whether we human being invented in any way, you see these different traditions come. So people always put our hope on faith, hoping some good things will happen through our prayer. But more or less, sometimes a little lucky one, a little bit something happened, but unlucky people, not much. So there is a limitation, the kind of effect of prayer. I feel this limitation. Now last about 2 centuries, 200 years, science and technology developed. So, unlike faith, prayer, technology brought immediately the result which we want. And technology really, I think, bring big change on this planet. So, people, I think everywhere, in the West, East, North, South, I think everywhere, you see people showing more interest, relying more on material values. So people sometimes seems is a religion just old-fashioned. However, later part of 20th century, people are getting what's the realization or the feeling, the limitation of material value. Some of my friends, I think, billionaire, very rich, but as an individual, very unhappy person. Too much stress, too much worry. So the material value, if you see material value there, the person will be 100% sort of happy. That's wrong. No. So logically, material value provide physical comfort. But we human beings with this smart brain, there are a lot of problems, a lot of worry, actually mental creation. So physical, what's awesome? This small one. Yeah. Now okay.
So the other mic's working.
No problem?
No problem.
No, I think without that, I think I can see now. So, oh yes, good, thank you. So, so later part of 20th century, so more and more people now showing interest about our inner value, and including number of scientists, whether they accept mind or consciousness as a separate entity or not, they realize that mental force is very emotion, mind is a very, very important matter for our life. In order to be happy person, healthy body, calm mind is very essential. Some scientists even expressing constant fear, hatred, anger, actually eating our immune system. Whereas more calm mind there, more compassionate mind there, immune system sustain, sometimes increase. So sometimes as scientists they call healthy mind, healthy body. So there's very close connection. So me personally also, now number of scientists, mainly in America and also some extent in Europe, are really showing the function or the system of our emotion. So people now showing more and more sort of interest about our emotion, and actually some universities actually carrying some special research work about our emotions or relation between brain and emotion, these things. So in any way, more and more people now showing some inner values, inner good quality. So like Mother Teresa and her followers or dedicated people, I think good example to people. The faith bring not only inner peace, but also, you see, the sort of what's it, the enthusiasm or what's it, the willingness to serve other, or dedicate oneself for others' well-being, like that. So I very much appreciate all your work, and also those other sort of what's the organization. You all, you see, serving those kind of that. Also less privileged people. Now India, I feel that the only country where all world major religious traditions live together. Occasionally some problems happen, that's understandable. Over a billion human beings, some mischievous people always there. That's understandable. But overall, this country, so all major religious traditions live together. I think 1,000 years, at least I think 3,000 or more than 2,000 years, different religious traditions live together. So learning each other. I think through debate, through argument, actually enrich oneself. So that way. So argument, debate, due to different views, but respect each other. So that's, I think, one example to the rest of the world. In ancient time, world, country to country remain more or less isolated. Nowadays, I think the whole world, because of the economy, because of technology, world now becoming much smaller, so heavily interdependent, and the information also available. So at that time, I think India's example, harmonies, all the major religious tradition, I think very, very relevant. And then also, also the India's 1,000-year-old tradition of ahimsa, very much relevant to today's world. So the other Swami, Swami, I didn't disappear. One of my sort of friends. So I always telling people, India's 1,000-year-old tradition of ahimsa and a tradition of religious harmony is very much, not only just ancient one, but also is very relevant to today's world. So I myself, now logically, now last 51 years, I remain in this country, I live in this country. So I am carrying the India's, these two message of ahimsa, based on love and compassion and forgiveness, and message of religious harmony. So I consider myself as a messenger of ancient Indian treasure. So wherever I go, I always say, I'm messenger of India. So I have sort of a few occasions I discussed with that Swami. While I carry ancient India's message to different parts of the world, I really feel proud. But meantime, within our own country, still some backward things there, like caste system, or dowry rare, or these things. So we must work more, you see, improve within our country. So these organizations, You see, you are dedicating in different fields to change this country. This is, I think, very, very essential. And also one Pakistani. So really, I think after all, sometimes I really feel this sort of some distance between Pakistan government and Indian government. I think this is really no reason. Same culture. Yeah. And as far as Muslim is concerned, I think Muslim population greater number in India than Pakistan, isn't it? I really hope eventually they something like what say Hindi Chindi bye-bye, that is very difficult. But Hindi Pakistan bye-bye, I think it should be, really. That's it. So I just want to, so one Pakistani here. So I just want to share.
Thank you.
So in any way, so you see, in both countries, and also Sri Lanka, and also Bangladesh, it's more or less a similar sort of situation. Now we must work, improve within the country. Then I think our contribution regarding promotion of ahimsa, promotion of religious harmony, I think can be more effective. Otherwise, you see, when I say these things, and some people, although they never say to me, but they may feel, oh, India, look, India. It's a very complicated nation. So these things we can improve. So I really appreciate all those sort of dedicated people who are trying to improve within our own country. That's very good. Then also, that naturally, you see, every 5 years, you see, the development there, but population increasing. So each year, you see, new mouths is coming. So, and then also real change, real transformation of India should take in rural area, not a few cities like Bangalore or Hyderabad, these Allahabad. You see now develop really very rapidly. But I think real transformation of India must take in rural area. So these individual organizations who really dedicated in these rural area where poor people or difficult people there, I really appreciate. Thank you very much. Yes, first question.
Yeah, Your Holiness, congratulations first of all. Towards your, yeah.
Yes.
I am Rajiv Agnati from newsline.com, it's online portal. See, I've been trying to ask you, how come China is so aggressive, occupying your territory of course people? And what the world community is doing so far exactly for this?
I prefer this meeting non-political. I think better.
Thanks for the answer. Final two questions.
His Holiness, Your Holiness, I would like to ask you about the Burmese democracy leader Aung San Suu Kyi. First of all, your reaction to her release, and also how do you compare her struggle and your struggle? Do you see any parallels there?
Aung San Suu Kyi, another Nobel laureate, many years, you see, many people make effort for her release and also restoration of democracy in Burma. Then particularly, many Nobel laureates made, I think, very hard effort, much effort, and particularly like the Bishop Tutu. I also one of them. So one occasion, a group of Nobel laureates visit Bangkok in order to release her. So I also joined with them. So therefore, naturally, when I received the news, her release, I over-enjoyed. Very good.
you very well mentioned. I thank you for acknowledging the undercurrent reality in the country, that is the caste system. I revolted against the caste system. I feel that the caste system is eating into India in a very big way. I don't think that any other region is more responsible for backwardness of India. In 2001, about 1 million Dalits who followed me, who were mobilized to join Buddhism. At the time, government created a lot of problems, hundreds of thousands became Buddhists under my leadership.
Correct.
Don't you think that Buddhism,
Okay, thank you.
don't you think that Buddhism is a way to eradicate the caste system in India? And do you support this? And to my mind, Buddhism is one of the ways to take the country to a greater height.
What is his main question?
Shall I repeat it again? Yes. In 2001, about 1 million Dalits were mobilized under my leadership to become Buddhists, to reject the caste system, to strengthen the country, and they also become human beings. And at that time, I think your comment was there at that time when I embraced Buddhism.
So what is your question actually?
My question is that he referred about the caste system in India, and to my mind, that Buddhism is answer. That is support to my cause. I feel that the Buddhism is one of the ways to handle the major problems in the country.
Just as I mentioned earlier, I think the different religious tradition exists in this country is, I feel, because of the real sort of the, because of the dignity or greatness of India. And then certainly Buddhism is actually come from India. So Buddhism is one of India's religion. Sometimes I jokingly say, telling my Indian friend, you see, the Buddha come from India. Of course, nowadays some Nepalese say Buddha was Nepalese, not Indian. But that's, of course, now new sort of what the modern day, you see, some demarcation there. But otherwise, in ancient time, it's a small, many kingdoms. So Buddha, no doubt, Indian. So we Buddhist, Tibetan, majority of them Buddhist. So our Guru, Buddha, come from India, Indian. Then millions of Hindus, the God, Lord Shivaji, his permanent residence is inside Tibet. So from that viewpoint, he is a Tibetan Lord. Isn't it? We have very special connection. In any way, I think Hinduism, the four castes, you see, created by four faces of Brahma. So one source. There is no basis of discrimination. I think a different profession, not sufficient make a distinction, make discrimination. Like that. So I think people should learn about one's own tradition seriously. And also these leaders, the Shankaracharyas or these people, I discussed with the Swamiji, few occasions, these leaders should speak more. And then these ancient thought must make relevant today's world, today's day-to-day life. So I think, of course, I think 56, the Dr. Ambedkar,
1956.
Oh, 1956, you see, carried some movement.
Yeah.
So you see, taking Buddhism, I don't know whether the word is right or not, correct or not, conversion, I don't know. But
Let us call it Diksha.
Buddhism is one of your own religion. So you see, some people, you see, more interest about Buddhism, it's okay. But really, so in order to change some of the habit, for that reason, becoming Buddhist, I don't know. Unfortunately, some people who call new Buddhist Sangre, new Buddhist, you see, they consider almost like a new political party. So that's not a very healthy one. So sometimes you see, I remember one occasion, and I think 40 years ago, one occasion in part of UP, one sort of meeting, interfaith, meeting. I also was invited, I went there. And at the meeting, you see some the follower of Dr. Ambedkar, you see, spoke, and a lot of criticism about Brahmin. And then eventually, from the audience, some sort of people argue. That kind of, some kind of, a lot of negative feeling. That's not good. That's not good. And with that kind of attitude, convert into Buddhism, it's not good. Genuine attraction about Buddhism, the practice, compassion, that's more or less all religions same. But one unique thing about Buddhism is concept of Pattita Samuppada. That's very scientific. So the people who really develop attraction about Buddhist philosophy, like the concept of Pattita Samuppada, then voluntarily choose Buddhism, that's welcome, that's good. But become Buddhist in order to against someone, it's not good. I feel like that.
One more question. When 5 Dalits were killed in Haryana, just for a rumor that they killed a cow, and after that, a Hindu leader, Mr. Giriraj Kishore, showed that in the Shastras, the importance of cows are known. And at that
What you
time,
said, sir? What you said?
But you said it's in cut and Dalit Nasir.
You said, oh, yes.
I took up that cause. Mr. Mahesh Bhatt stood with me and he said, no, it is wrong that the Dalits are human beings, are by rule less than animals.
Yes.
When he stood, he got the maximum hate mail, not from the country, but from all over the country, all over the world, that why did he speak for us? What do you have to say about it?
I remember, see, I think last year one occasion, I think due to marriage, some people again was killed. That I remember. These things, I think totally wrong. Totally wrong. The certain habit as a part of sort of old system or the habit, I think some should change. I think the universal right, universal value is more important than one's own traditional certain sort of the practice. Actually, a little bit backward. These must change. This is my view. Thank you.